Hello there, my name is Michael Maynard. Now, what you see in front of you there are two kits that Sparrows have started selling relatively recently. This is the Sparrows Mace kit, and on the right hand side here we have the Sparrows Mace expansion kit. Both of these things cost $14.95 Canadian, so both of the kits are the same price. Neither of them are expensive. And are they good value for money? Well, yeah, actually they are, but there are a couple of caveats. There are a couple of problems with this kit, and that's what I'd like to spend this video telling you about. Now, the first question is, what exactly are these things? I'll tell you what they're not. What they are not is dedicated lock sport or locksmithing tools. Now, as I'm sure you guys know, Sparrows make what I consider anyway to be the best short hook that you can buy. This is it here. It's a thing called just the straight out Sparrows short hook. Comes in 3 different thicknesses. It is an absolutely great tool. There's no doubt about it. You could use this all day every day as a locksmith or a lock sporter, and you know it'll get you into just about any lock you like, really. Now, on the other hand, these things aren't designed for that. They are tiny for a start. So let me just get one of these things in my hand so you can appreciate that. That's the hook that you get, and there it is compared with the standard short hook. So it's only about half the size. Now, although it does function as a hook, the feel that you get is much harder to interpret through this thing. And the reason for that is that when you're holding this, you've got a lot of your body in contact with it. With this thing, you're kind of holding it with your fingertips and poking around inside a lock, and you really don't get the feedback that you need. Now, there is another issue with this, and Sparrows, I really don't know why you did this, guys, okay? If we compare these two hooks, you can quite easily see that the Mace hook is almost identical to the short hook. It really is close, okay? But the short hook has one huge feature that this one doesn't have, and that is that the shank is thinned about 1/3 of the way along. So round about here where my thumb is, that shank narrows down. With this hook here, it does not do that. If I put those side by side, you can see what I'm talking about there, just where that bit there thins down on the short hook. And honestly and truly, Sparrows, that changes the feel of this thing completely. It does not function the same. So if you're going to redesign these things at some point, I really would love to see that given the same shape as this shank here. Now, there is another design feature that I don't like either, and that is the fact that although the top of the pick is designed to be used as a tension wrench, and believe me, that is a stunningly good idea, gentlemen. That really is a good idea, and frankly, I'd buy these picks just for that. In the real world, that's actually very difficult to use because of this bit of metal here. Now, I appreciate that it makes for a nice bit of design, okay? I know it looks good, but when you're trying to pick a lock and you're trying to tension it with this, that bit gets in the way of your pick, and I do want to demonstrate that because I'd like to show you fellas what I'm talking about. If I get a lock and try and tension that thing up, here I go, I've somehow got it in there. Let's say I want to get my rake in there after it, and I'm banging onto that thing. It just does not work, fellas. Now, what that means is you do need something other than these two picks to act as a tension wrench, and that's what those things are designed for. But they're really big and bulky, okay? And my thought is, if you're going to be carrying these every day, if not concealed, then at least discreetly, those things are just not going to fit in your pocket or on your wallet. Now, to their credit, Sparrows have thought this one through, and that's why I suggest that you buy the expansion pack. Now, we're just going to go over to this expansion pack and have a look at what you get there. You get a very useful selection of tools. Now, again, something else that I'd buy this for pretty much just to get this one product. that tension wrench there, that is a nice piece of design, that is. What Sparrows have done there is made a dead flat tension wrench that you can use for bottom of the keyway tension that end, top of the keyway tension this end, so you've got a little dog tooth on there. They have made it out of 32 thousandths steel, so that's the same as they make their standard tension wrench for in their main proper kits. The rest of the picks are 25 thousandths, same as usual. That is a useful bit of kit, and I would buy this kit just for that. Now the other thing that I think is good, these two rakes in the expansion kit, they are both good for small keyway locks, and what I'm thinking is that if you're going to be using these out of doors and you're going to be using them out in the field somewhere, you're more than likely to be coming across little wee padlocks and little cheap nasty stuff, rather than the big expensive large keyway stuff that you're more likely to be dealing with at home or in a workshop. And these two rakes, particularly this one here, this is the Bogota that doesn't have the big peaks to it, so it's just slightly narrower. Those are two great tools to have. So in summary, let's zoom back out again. Do I think that these two kits are worth $14.95 Canadian each? Yes, absolutely I do. I think these are a nice pair of tools. You're not going to use them as your main picks. You are going to pick and choose which of the bits you carry, and for my money I would carry these two and these three, and I would just leave those things at home. So I think on that basis alone these things are worth buying. But Sparrows, could I please suggest that you deal to this top bit here somehow? I know it's going to wreck your little design feature, but hey, that's just the way it is. It might not look quite as pretty. And can I also suggest that you thin that down so that we get the same profile that we have on your main, on your flagship product, that short hook. So there's the review, guys. What I'd encourage you to do if you are interested in using these things is buy them, learn how to use them. They do function a little bit differently to the Sparrows main tools, and enjoy the use of them because they are beautifully made products. Thank you for watching this video. I encourage you to subscribe here as well and ask me questions. My name's Michael Maynard.